I gotta set this up so I can see that we on air on YouTube. Okay, I gotta set this up so I can see. This is a spontaneous broadcast, so I don't expect a lot of folks to even show up. This is a spontaneous broadcast, so I don't expect a lot of folks to even. What's up, Mills? Mills is in the house. Okay. Just setting up here. Trying to set everything up so I can see what's going on. Now I've done this, I don't know how many times. Why is it taking so long for me to set this up? All right. I'm not going to be long. That's for sure. Okay. We're live. Let's get this party started. I want to say what I need to say it very quick because I have things I need to do today. In fact, this whole week I'm going to be very busy. So I just wanted to do this short broadcast, hopefully under an hour. I'm going to make sure that it's an hour. It's got to be an hour. I got to get out of here. Let's begin by giving the ancestors respect. In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the host or the gatekeeper of this broadcast. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub Nub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. All right. Yeah. Speak your words, brother. Just smoking a cancer stick on break. All right, Mills. Glad to see you in the house. Yeah. How we want to get this party started? Got to try to wake up a little bit. I wanted to make this video because I am so busy, and you probably have noticed that I have not really been posting anything on my channel. It's because I have been a little bit busy, and I really haven't had the time to respond to certain things and make videos or whatever. I just haven't had the time. And this week is very busy. So I decided before I get started, I have a brief moment in time. Let me say a little something on this particular subject. And I don't want to revisit this topic no more. I'm sick of it. I don't even want to hear about it anymore. But before I get into that, I want to send a shout out to my sister, Noble Levine. I had a chance to go through Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. And as I was passing through Atlanta, Georgia, I decided to give her a call, and she decided to meet with your brother, and we hung out, and she was a very wonderful host, very nice person, very beautiful lady, very beautiful soul sister, very intelligent. We enjoyed each other's company, and it was just like marvelous, very marvelous. So I want to send, of course, a shout out to sister, and for being such a wonderful host during my time in her city of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, again, I don't want to, and I really don't want to revisit this topic anymore. I'm going to say what I need to say on this topic once and for all because I'm sick of it, because it means nothing in the overall scheme of things at this point. It means nothing. Why do you say it means nothing, brother? It means nothing because it is doing nothing. This topic is doing nothing to liberate you and I from our situation. The topic itself is not doing anything. There are those who will get angry at your brother. There are those who get angry at your brother because I refuse to accept an identity that is questionable. Angry at me for not believing what they believe. I don't like that. There is nothing. I have been on YouTube 10 years. I don't get angry with nobody who disagrees with anything that I say. I don't get angry at you. I do not do that. I don't hate you. But there are those who get extremely angry with you and will even hate your guts because you disagree with their belief. That's your damn belief. That's your opinion. This ministry does not represent forcing anything on anybody. I don't like that. I do not want nobody to force nothing on me, and I will not try to force nothing on you. If you want to believe that you are a pig, so be it. If you want to believe you Jesus Christ, so be it. If you want to be an African or a native or a pigeon or a squirrel, or whatever the hell you think that you are, then be it. The only thing I want to know is, are you on my side? Since we have a common enemy, are you on my side to unite with me in an effort to get this bastard off our back once and for all? That's all I want to know. I don't know and could care less whether you are Hebrew or Muslim or Christian or gay or whatever the hell you find yourself in life, a dope addict or whatever the hell you are. Are you on my side in order to rid ourselves of a common enemy? We use these differences to justify not doing nothing. The reason why I will not unite with you is because you don't believe you're an African. The reason why I will not unite with you because you're a Christian or a Muslim, or you think that you Jesus or a pigeon or whatever. This is a flimsy excuse because your ass don't want to do nothing anyway. You want to pretend you're so pro-black. You want to pretend that you really want to change your condition when the reality is you are absolutely fine in your condition. Because people who are not comfortable in that condition, they will unite with anybody who is willing to fight with them to get themselves out of that condition. Now, once you get free, you can go your way and be a damn African. You can go your way and be a Native American or a pigeon or a goat or whatever the hell you feel that you want to be after you get rid of the common enemy. But you are so sick in the mind that you don't even want to go that far because actually the reality is you're comfortable in your oppression. You just want to complain. You just want somebody to hear you talk about, oh, my arm hurt. Oh, I got a headache. Instead of doing something about the headache, what is causing your arm to hurt? What is causing your leg to hurt? What is causing you to have a heart attack? You just want somebody to hear your damn complaint. I don't want to hear your damn complaint. Take your ass to the hospital and get fixed. We want to fix the damn problem. Nobody want to hear all this garbage, the complaint. We already know what's going on. How are you going to cure it? What you going to do to stop it? That's the question. So I want to make, excuse me. I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't care what you think that you are, and you're not going to force your crap on me. Because in order for me to accept something, in order for me to embrace something, I have to feel confidence in it. There's too many holes. It's too many questions, too many things that don't make sense in what you're telling me. You bring me things, answers, and documentation, and this evidence, but it don't answer the question because things don't make sense. And I don't care how much documentation, evidence that you bring. If that evidence does not make it to make sense, then you're still not getting nowhere with me. And you are not going to force that on me. Take your happy ass on somewhere else. I'm not going to believe it. I don't want it. Go somewhere else. And you're not going to get that off here. You're not going to get it. You're going to get the questions. You're going to get the questions that you don't answer. This is the video that I would like to present to us right now. The questions and the inquiry, those who keep telling me about this "we are African" stuff, this is questions and inquiry they just ignore. You cannot ignore these things. And if you do talk about it a little bit, you just glance over it and then keep rolling. That's not how things work. Answer the damn question. Answer the inquiry. Not to your satisfaction, but if you're trying to prove something to somebody, you have to prove it to their satisfaction. You already believe the stuff. Mind you, I was taught the same thing since I was a little boy. I know what you're talking about. I was taught the same thing and believe the same thing. But now I am grown. I use my own brain. I'm not loyal to no train of thought. There is questions here that needs to be answered. But again, I don't care what you believe you are. You can believe you're a orangutan, a squirrel monkey, whatever you want to believe. My only thing is, are you with me against a common enemy? Or are you using that as an excuse because really you're a comfortable ass Negro slave? And if you are a comfortable ass Negro slave, you're not a Muslim or a Moor or a Hebrew or African or Native American. You're none of that anyway. You're none of that. You are a damn faker. Because all these persons had a common enemy. And they learned too late. But in the end, they knew they should have united against a common enemy. And you're not willing to do that. Bunch of bums, a bunch of cowards, a bunch of fakes and frauds. Get the hell away from me. I'm glad these people don't subscribe to me. A bunch of comfortable ass, lazy ass Negroes. That's the bottom line. You really don't want, y'all talk big, but you're not going to do big because you really don't know what to do anyway. So get out of my house. Get out of my face. You're not going to force nothing on me. And you have never heard me try to force nothing on nobody. I just simply state my position. I don't tell you, you got to do this. You a coon. You a coon and you a bed wench and all these other names you calling people because somebody don't want to agree with your garbage. That's your garbage. Handle your trash. Don't bring your trash in my house. Hey, Brother Craig, what's up? It seems like I'm having a rant video.
Oh, no, it's a great video. Yeah, just keep
Hey, look like I'm having a rant video anyway. That wasn't the intent, but
no,
this is something. Hey, this is something that's grinding my gears.
It's sounding great, man. I'm just listening, man. Continue.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and knock this subject off because I won't be able to do nothing until sometime next week. So I just I have a little time. I want to get this off my shoulder. This stuff grinds my gears. Makes me sick. Negroes always trying to force something on somebody. Didn't we get enough of that with the cracker and the peckerwood? Telling you what to do, forcing things on you. Then as soon as you get a little freedom, you want to turn around and do the same thing to brothers and sisters. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Be an example of what you claim to be. If you're an African, an Angolan, a Ghanaian, Somali, whatever you feel that you, just be an example of that. Don't force that on other people. Maybe if I look at your example, maybe I might say, that's pretty cool. I might want to be that. But when you sit around because you get angry like and cry, you feel with self-hatred. First of all, you cannot prove. First of all, what is the self you're talking about? What is that? And why do I hate that? What is this self you're talking about? General term. What is it? What is it that I hate? Specifically, I hate your opinion. I hate your belief. I don't give a damn about what you're talking about. That's for true, because you're trying to force it on me. I already know about that stuff. I already know about that crap. Been taught it since I was a little boy. But now I have my own mind. I don't care nothing about somebody's teachings. Oh, the teachings and the scholars. The scholars are limited to what they come up with. The teachings is limited to what some man presented. They are limited. These are not absolute truths. And you are taking these things as absolute truth. And that's good for those who don't think. But when you bring it to this house, I'm a thinker. I think on my own. I don't give a, I listen to the teachings. I respect the scholars. But I have my own brain. I have my own mind. And my own brain and my own mind tells me there's something wrong here. And until that is satisfied, then I must reject that. It's good for you? Cool. Don't bring that to me. Don't try to force that on me. Those who come here don't expect me to force nothing on them. They are self-thinkers. They have their own mind. And if so happen we come to the same conclusion, then so be it. But I'm not going to sit around and try to force and get angry at you. You hate Africa. That's the most dumbest stuff I ever heard in my life. Hate Africa for what? I've never been to the continent. I might visit it before I pass this life. I don't know. I have known some people from the islands, and I know people from that continent. Hate the continent. Hate Africa for what? Because I choose to question whether or not I'm supposed to be some African. Never lived there. Don't know nothing about the place. But I'm supposed to be forced. You're going to force me to be something clearly you are not. Your Negro ass is eating spaghetti and hamburgers, watching YouTube, and doing everything every other Negro is doing. I don't see nothing African about your ass. Nothing. You're not speaking the language. You're not wearing the clothes. You're damn sure not trying to go and live there. But just African, you're so obsessed. There are African people from that continent, dying, risking their lives to come to this nation because something is wrong there. Now, if you are so obsessed with that continent, pack your happy ass, get your wife and your kids and your dog. I will pay for your one-way ticket to that continent. I will pay for it. There are African people from the continent risking their lives to go there. Now, why don't you go where they are trying to leave? Go ahead and go. Since it's so great, go, bye. And I can guarantee you before the week is up, your happy ass will be right back here in America because that place is foreign to you. It's good to talk. It's good to talk. It's just like people. It's just like people when you haven't lived with nobody and you are in a relationship, a long distance relationship. It's good to talk about how happy your marriage is gonna be, how you love one another, but you haven't lived with one another yet. Because living with somebody and talking on the phone and actually living with them, two different stories. Many marriages have broken up because of that, because the people didn't live and didn't really know the person they was in love with and talking to. You so in love with Africa, go. If it's so great, go. You won't last long. And then if you do go, you want to go where you want to feel comfortable. You still want YouTube. You want a jacuzzi. You still want where somebody's cutting the grass and all that type of stuff. You still want to be a comfortable ass Negro. That's right, Brother Craig. Most American Negroes, they love to talk, but they never will go to no Africa. They might visit, And the ones, our people who are there, the very few who have decided to move to Africa, that's what they're doing. They're living the same, basically the same kind of life they was in the United States. In fact, we just ignore the fact that Africa, that continent, was colonized. So those people are basically dark-skinned Europeans just like you and me. They live in the same type of life that they was given by the slave master. They're not, many of them are not living their traditional way of life. They are living the way, and they are thinking just like the oppressor. That's a fact that y'all just ignore. Just look, just ignore. You act like something special about Africa. Those people are conquered. The cracker, I think the cracker conquered all of them except Ethiopia, I believe somebody told me. The rest have been colonized. That's why Angola, the primary language is Portuguese, and that's why they are Christian. Every time the Pope comes to Angola, all these Negroes come from out of everywhere and praising this Caucasian cracker from the Catholic Church. And that's where you want to go. I'm an African. Well, there go your Africans. They Christians. They speak European languages. They live like Europeans. That's your African. So what are you really doing to leave America to go there? Ain't no damn real difference. Oh, it's self-hatred. Y'all sound so stupid and dumb to me. Are you really that dense? Are y'all really that dense in the mind? Man, I only got a few minutes. I wanted to keep this under an hour. But that stuff pissed me off. Y'all must think you must think I'm a dumbass like you are. I've been through all that stuff. Something is wrong with the story. I'm not going to support something and embrace something that I cannot defend. There's something in error. I don't feel confidence in. I'm not going to do it. And I watch y'all trying to defend this stuff. More and more people are beginning to see something is wrong with this story. Y'all gonna be arguing and fighting and debating a long time because more and more people are beginning to see something is wrong here. And whether you like it or not, and I don't care how angry and upset. Hey Charles, Charles in the Facebook. How you doing there, brother Charles? This is a simulcast. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Brother Charles is in the house on Facebook. And all those who are on Facebook, peace forever and always. My Facebook brothers and sisters are showing up, getting more views on Facebook. I mean, come on. People are ready to hear the real. People are here to hear the truth to the best of our ability. I don't have time for these fantasy, feel-good, make-believe stories. I'm not into that. My father was a drunk. There was some good sides to my father. I admit that. But he was a drunk. Yeah, so, oh, Brother Maurice is in the chat room. Brother Maurice showed up. Okay, we're going to get into that real quick. We're going to get into that real quick, Brother Maurice, before I only have a few minutes. I got to go. But I'm going to try to just briefly, and we probably have a part two. I don't want to deal with this topic no more. Because again, I don't care what you want to be. You can be a goat. You can be a Wolverine. My main thing, are you going to keep these differences between us from dealing with the common enemy, the common foe? That's my thing. All this other stuff, we can deal with it after we kick this crack in his ass once and for all. That's my thing. I'm not going to spend time and over, thousands and hundreds of hours of videos talking about this subject matter. It don't mean nothing to me at this point. It's not a top priority unless I'm using it as an excuse not to do nothing against my damn enemy. Using it as an excuse to hate my brother and my sister because they don't want to accept what I'm talking about. I could care less. Will you pick up a gun, a knife, a book, against our common enemy. That's my thing. Now look, here we go. These are some questions. Some things that we just ignore. Now look. First of all, who told you this? This is a question that we ignore. Who told you you was an African? Did anybody in your family tell you this? And if they did, where they get it from? I want to remind you that we were denied. We were denied to read and write for 400 years. We were denied education. We were denied the right for our people to tell their children anything about us. If they taught, if the slave master caught a slave teaching their children about some past history or some strange religion or whatever, that person could be killed. Y'all understand that? So once we became free, or they set us loose rather, because we did not become free. What happened? What happened? Who began to teach us this history? Where did it come from? It was the slave master that told you that you was an African. However, at the same time, there was underground, and I've heard it for years coming up from various brothers and sisters. Our oral history, which the cracker can't do nothing about that. Our oral history, from what I know, I've never heard from our oral history unless they was copying, telling us that something came from Africa, repeating what the Massa said. But from my own understanding through the years, I've heard all the time from our people, grandmothers and grandfathers. And remember, there were actual physical slaves still living during the till the 1930s. So a lot of oral history was passed down from generation to generation, even up till the 1930s. And they say, our people say that we are native here. That's what our people say. The cracker said that you are African. African is a general term. Africa is a general term. They never tell you what Africa. Are you Ghanaian, Somalian, Congolese? What African are you? They never tell you that. Just say African in a broad sense. When you talk about Europe, they always tell you, I'm from Ireland, I'm from Great Britain, I'm from Norway. It's always specific. They don't say we're Europeans, European Americans. They say, I'm from Ireland or whatever. They tell Germany, they tell you something specific. They never tell us nothing specific. That's a problem. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And really, you are damn coon because your people are telling you we're native and you don't give a damn about that. But this Peckerwood told you y'all some Africans in a general term, and you're going to embrace what this liar, this slave master say over your own people. So really, in essence, you the damn coon. You the damn coon, believing a liar, this Peckerwood. What African nation is claiming us? There are African nations that claim that they participated in the slave trade, but they don't say that we are their actual brothers and sisters. They don't say that. They don't claim us like that. I have never heard not one nation in Africa run around here talk about, oh, we want our brothers and sisters from America. They're our lost family. I don't hear them talk like that. We are the only ones who talk like that, and we speak in general terms. We never talk about, I just want to go back to Ghana or the Congo or Somalia. We speak in general terms about the whole continent, yet and still, even your dumb ass say that we only came from West Africa, and then you include Kemet. How the hell did Kemet get included in the whole scheme of things? You try to put all of Africa in one basket, and you cannot do that. They are different people. There are all kinds of different people on that continent. You cannot put them all in one basket. Just like a blackbird. There are all kinds of blackbirds. There's not just one blackbird. It's all kinds of blackbird. What blackbird are you talking about? And the blackbirds do not interbreed with one another. This group of blackbirds stay with that group, and that group stay with that group. You try, and that's the way it is among human beings. Those people don't interbreed. They don't relate to one another like that. They are different. Different languages, different religions, different ways of life, all that. You try to put them all in one basket. What is wrong with you? You're not thinking at all. You just believe your masa. That's what it is. You believe the peckerwood. Y'all are the real coons. Sitting around here want to try to call somebody a coon, filled with self-hate and all this other foolishness. You are the one who is the coon because you believe masa. I believe what's coming from my people. They should know. They should know. In other words, you calling them a liar? You calling your ancestors, because they are your ancestors. They are the ones who bring in this information to us. You're going to talk about the ancestors this and the ancestors that. Well, the ancestors say that you're native, and you're just going to ignore. You're just going to ignore them for what this peckerwood teaching us, right? Okay, yeah, right. Get out of my face. You can't tell me nothing. Look, the transatlantic slave trade don't make sense. I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to tell you the way I look at it. I'm not saying that the transatlantic slave trade did not happen. I'm not going to say that. But on the magnitude that y'all talking about, it did not happen. It's impossible. In the Nation of Islam, we was always talking about mathematics. The mathematics don't add up. You had 100 million people. I don't know where you're getting these numbers from. Where are these numbers coming from? Where are these numbers coming from? You say 100 million Africans died in the Middle Passage. Okay. So, but at the same time, this is 2018, and there's only 40 to 70 million of us on this continent right now. But 100 million way back then died. The numbers is not adding up. Then you have to look at it takes 4 to 6 months to go to Africa and bring these people back, and you're not even going to get a load. That's not even good business sense. Why would anybody send all these boats to Africa and you know you're going to lose about half of your cargo? Ain't nobody going to do no stuff like that. That's just like, I'm going to go to Brazil and get me some peaches and nectarines from Brazil, knowing I'm going to lose half of my load. I still got to pay for the load, but I'm only going to get half of my cargo. It's not good business sense. It's not good business sense to do something like that. It's a lot of things here that don't make any sense. And I've spoken about that. I don't have time to continue to go back and forth into the things that just don't make sense. Because if you really look at it, these people are chained down. What about the diseases? These people are living in filth. You have to keep a modern ship really, really clean. Because if disease pop off, you messed up. These people are not going to keep that ship clean. Matter of fact, it's impossible back in those days. So you got disease to worry about. How are they keeping these people clean? It's just a lot of, where are they getting the wood to build all these boats? And how come we don't see a lot of these boats around right now today? What happened to all these damn boats? It's a lot of questions here that need to be answered. And we're not answering the questions. We're not answering the questions. Something is wrong here. It's just something is wrong. And I cannot accept it until these, it don't make any sense. It's just like in religion. Jesus walk on water, the dead come to life. It's the same type of stuff. See, when these things was taught to us, we was not in a position to think for ourselves. We were ignorant. And you can tell an ignorant person anything because they cannot question nothing. They're not in a position to question nothing. They're ignorant. We took all these things on face value, but this is 2018. And people can see we are educated. We're educated now. That's why many of us are rejecting religion. That's why many of us are rejecting a lot of this stuff that we was taught because it don't make any sense. We are thinking, but you can tell a slave anything. So the master told you that you was African and you just accepted. You didn't have no choice. You didn't have nothing else to go on except what master said. Now, Brother Maurice said, what ancestor said that? I guess he's saying what ancestors told us that we were Native American. For me, growing up, I've heard the rumors. I've heard from people, different people talking to them. They have said that all the time. I've heard it from different families that they come from the Choctaw, the Seminole, or some Native American people. Mind you, and we just ignore that. Oh, they just don't want to be African. This is what they was told by their people who's supposed to be African. If they was African, how come they didn't tell them a specific nationality, a specific person? When they tell me, when I used to listen to people talk about we are natives, a lot of times they would tell you the Choctaw, the Seminole, the Sioux, they would tell you, they would be specific what tribe. When you talk about Africa, they never tell you. They just say Africa, Africa, Africa. They never be specific. Clearly, these people really must have an idea what they're talking about because they can be specific. Going to a store asking for a candy bar. See what I'm saying? Just give me a candy bar. You can't go to a store and say, just give me a candy bar. There are hundreds of candy bars in the store. Be specific. Do you want a Snickers? Do you want a M&M, a Three Musketeer, a Twix? You have to be specific. When they talk about Africa, they are never specific. Yes, sir, brother. That should give you a clue, Brother Maurice, on what's happening here. And it's not the fact that they brought the Africans over here and they mixed with the native people. That's not necessarily true. Again, you have to go back to that story. It takes a lot of damn boats to bring these people over here. Take a lot of damn boats. Something don't make no sense. Let me tell y'all something. See, look. What you continue to ignore is dark-skinned people was already here. Dark-skinned people was already here. And what is throwing us off is that they call the dark-skinned people that was already here the red man. That's what's throwing you off. That's what's throwing us off because we think that the red man is not a so-called black man. If you go back and look at the old pictures, of the Native Americans, you will see that they are very, very dark-skinned people. Now, this is what I've noticed. Dark-skinned people, or the native dark-skinned people here, in their dark skin, they have a red hue to their skin color. But many of the people on the continent with dark skin, they have a blue dark hue to their skin color. I'm a dark-skinned person. Now look. Now I'm gonna turn this light on. I turn the light on. I'm a dark-skinned person, but when I turn this light on, I have a reddish hue, brown hue to my skin color. See what I'm saying? Most of those people on that continent, they are blue. They turn on the light on, this color will be dark, it'll be blue looking, purple looking. But I'm supposed to be an African from there. See what I'm saying? There's some questions here that's not adding up. There's some questions here. Now, let me get back. Let me turn this light. I forgot where I left off. Okay, yeah. This is what's throwing us off, is they call these dark-skinned people the red man, when they really not red. They just have a reddish hue. That's all it is. And they call them Indians. What's throwing us off is they call them Indians and they call them the red man to make us believe. Well, first of all, these devils thought this was India. That's why they called them Indians. They thought they was in India. They was lost. Okay? So they called them Indians. They was lost. Now, since some of y'all you love your research and documentation, then you also know that this same red man, the same Indian, this Peckerwood also called them Negro. They called the Native American people Negro. Who else is called Negro? Is that a coincidence? And for those of you who do your research, y'all like documentation, then you will also know that the Peckerwood called these Native American people Africans. I'm going to say that again. They called these Native American people Africans and Negro. Who do they call Negro and Africans? Us. That's who they call. They call us. Do your research. I'm not going to show you nothing because you don't want to know. I'm not going to show proof of nothing. I don't do that here. I'm asking you to use your damn common sense and rationalize and analyze and examine the information that's been brought to you. I'm not going to show you nothing. Use your common sense. You don't want to use your common sense. You don't have common sense. Something here is wrong. Something here is wrong. The information is there. What is your purity standard in order for you to claim to be somebody? If you want to be this African, what is your purity standard? A very simple example is my dog. Was my dog. My dog was a German Shepherd, Chinese Chow mix, okay? But my dog looked like a German Shepherd. Does that mean that just because my dog looked like a German Shepherd, does that mean that my dog is a German Shepherd? No, it does not. Just because I'm supposed to look like some type of African, does that mean I'm an African? No, it does not. Because that's what happens when you become a mixie, when you become a mulatto. You take on the looks and the behaviors of your parents. A mulatto child in an interracial relationship between a soul brother and a Caucasian woman, that child can look like a Caucasian. That child can look like a purebred Caucasian. That child can look like a purebred soul brother, or that child can look like something off the wall. We know this because that's how it is with a hybrid when you mix. So if you are an African, what is your purity standard? What is your purity standard? Because my dog, this is why they register dogs in the kennel club. They want to know this dog's lineage because my dog would not be considered a German Shepherd, even though my dog looked like a German Shepherd and the mother was a German Shepherd. My dog would not be classified as a German Shepherd. That's why when you're looking for a purebred dog, you want the papers. This lost brothers keep telling me about a native statues. I don't care nothing about that stuff. I'm not claiming that. Somebody else might be claiming a native. I'm not claiming that stuff. So I don't have to produce no card because ain't no Peckerwood gonna tell me who and what I am. You might want to crack a validation to describe you who and what you are. If I'm a native, it's because that's what I choose. Ain't no Peckerwood gonna tell me who and what I am. Whatever I choose who the hell I want to be. I don't need no damn native statue card. Brother Maurice, that was one ship, one slave ship. Do you know how many slave ships it takes to move all these people are claiming over to this country? It should be a whole lot of them to find. A whole lot of dungeons, a whole lot of, they process many chickens in this country. Millions of chickens. And you will see all the facilities, and you can see they can handle millions of chickens to process. If they brought all these people from the African continent over here, we should still see all this equipment. But you don't see all that because it takes a whole lot to do this. It just is not making sense. It's not making sense. Going back to the purity standard, if you are African, first of all, you don't never say what African you are, but you have to pass the purity standard. You have to show the purity standard. Just like the dogs in the kennel club. You have to be able to show your lineage that it has not been diluted. And you can't do that. You can't do that. Because you are no longer, you're not pure Native American, and you're not pure African or none of that stuff. You're not. So you can't claim to be that because you're not. My dog cannot be a German Shepherd. My dog cannot be a Chinese chow. We are the product of rape. We are the product of chattel slavery. A breed of people that came from up out of that. And we have become our own people to ourselves. That's what has happened. So whatever our ancestry is, which is unknown, and even in the nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we are lost. We don't know. That's why he gave you an X, because you don't know. If you knew, he would have to give you an X. You don't know. This brother in the chat room still talking nonsense, talking about they found some ships. I did not say there wasn't some ships. You need a whole lot of stuff. There's no evidence to it. It's just like your religion. You just believe it because they told you. You believe your slave master because that's what they told you. It don't make no difference about all that. You believe your massa. There are black folks, your own people telling you, we are connected here, and you don't want to listen to your own people. You listening to your massa because you're a big ass coon. You the real coon. You the bed wench. But even so, we have a common enemy. We have a common oppressor. You want to argue over this stuff. Argue about it after you get liberated. Don't get angry at me. Don't force your crap on me. I'm not forcing nothing on you. I'm questioning this story. I don't believe it. Something is wrong. Now look. Again, you just ignore. The brother in the chat room, everything I'm saying, he is basically really just ignoring. He just ignore everything. Because you want to, just the same way they want to believe in Jesus, you want to believe in this story. Go ahead. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. I don't care. But don't bring your crap here trying to force your garbage on me. You don't look like no damn African either, brother guy. What African? Oh, you Angolan. I did a Google search. All the pictures of Angola, I didn't see nobody look like you. Nobody. They speak Portuguese. Do you speak Portuguese? And why do they speak Portuguese? You don't look nothing like them people. All of them are very dark-skinned. You ain't dark-skinned. You want to make these claims because some scholar taught you this and believe your slave master. That's what the bottom line is. You do it. You go online and you show me a picture of any one Angolan that look like you. Show it to me. Show us. We want to see it. Because I went online and looked at all kinds of Angolans. I did not see nobody that looked like you. And they all dark-skinned people. I did not see nobody. Oh, and the light-skinned ones, look like Caucasian people. There are light-skinned Angolans, and they look like Caucasian people. That's you. That's you. Yeah, you're African, light-skinned, peckerwood cracker, just like the crackers who are Africans in South Africa. I don't have to show nothing. I don't have to show nothing. Common sense. You're not using common sense. You want to use DNA. DNA has been proven a hoax. CBS News did a report on it. Gave this sister her DNA test, told her what she was, and she was just so happy. Oh, I'm such. She's just so happy. They gave her DNA to four different of these DNA companies. Everybody said something different because DNA is more complex. DNA cannot tell you a place. If DNA could tell you a specific place, then when they tell you the father, you are the father, then they can tell you where you at. Are you from Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina? That's not how DNA works. DNA can only connect you to a certain species, and that species can be all over that whole continent. You don't know how, y'all don't know how DNA really works. But that's how they get you. That's how they get you in religion. That's how they get you in these things, in these teachings, because you're ignorant. And you don't want to think. It's something that makes you feel good because you want to believe in Jesus. I want to believe I'm an African. I want to believe in Muhammad. I just want to believe. They get you, you're so caught up in your emotions, you're not thinking properly. You want to ignore that we've been living in this country for 400 years, more than 400 years, and we are really mixed up. We have been mixed up with all types of dark-skinned people, Africans, and even Brother Maurice said that one of his people, what was it, grandmother, somebody, he knows was from a Native American. We've been mixed up with all kinds of folks, including the Peckerwood. We've been mixed up with all kinds of folks for 400 years. So it's a damn fact. It's a fact you are not pure. So if you're not pure, you can't be an African, sir. You're not pure. You cannot pass the purity standard. My dog, I don't care what my dog look like. My dog is not a German Shepherd or a Chinese Chow. However, if my dog mates with other mixes, German Shepherd and Chinese Chow mix, you can create a brand new breed. That's what has happened to the so-called Negro in America. We are a brand new breed created by slavery, and your massa named you Negro. Name you nigger. That's what happened. That's what happened. When you look on the continent, these African people, they don't mix among themselves. You see that right now today. They don't go around intermixing with one another, all la-di-da. They don't do that. The Native American people here didn't do that. The cracker, colonialism, slavery, caused all these dark-skinned people to mix with one another because he didn't give a damn. The only thing he was looking for was a damn slave. That's all the Peckerwood was interested in. And here we are. And we can look like anybody. There is no specific look for a so-called African American. When you go to Ghana, you can take a certain couple, and they basically can represent what Ghanaian people look like. You can go to Haiti or whatever, and you can take a group of people, a man and a woman, and they can basically represent what those people look like. You cannot do that with the so-called African American. We are the lightest of the light. We are the darkest of the dark. And everything in between. We are a rainbow people. We can look like almost anybody. Hell, some of us even look Chinese. We can look like almost anybody. Some of us look what they call Puerto Rican. Some of us pass for white. Explain that if we Africans, how the hell can you pass for white, sir? And let me make this point. And let me make this point. And I'm gonna have to call it a day. Biologically, you don't even really know if the people that's in your family really are your biological people. Why do you say that, brother? Because the Peckerwoods sold us off. They broke up families. You know this. So if I am a slave child, and I'm sent to another plantation, a woman would adopt me as her son. That woman is not my biological mother. And even when we were set loose, we were not free. We were set loose by the Peckerwood. We did the same thing. We adopted each other. That's not my biological mother. That's not my biological father, but we adopted one another. Because the slave, that's how we survived, by creating the family unit. Even in 2018, there are brothers and sisters right now in 2018, you adopt your best friend and call him your uncle or a brother. And because a lot of times we forget that these people aren't biologically our relative, and you have to tell your children, that's not your real uncle. That's a friend of ours, that we call your uncle. See what I'm saying? So you cannot even say that the people in your family is really biological from you. Because of slavery, we were separated and mixed up and thrown around. So hell, you can't even really say for real that the people in your family is biologically yours, let alone talk about you some African. It's impossible. So this is what I suggest in my conclusion. What I'm saying, we have become a people unto our own. I'm not forcing you to do anything. Like I said, you can be a monkey if you want to. You could be this glass of ice if you want to. I don't care. That don't mean nothing to me. I just want to know, are you with us against this Peckerwood? That's what I want to know. Are you with me against the enemy? Or are you using that as an excuse? Because really you're a comfortable ass Negro. Because you can't do nothing without me. You understand? I cannot do nothing without you. We cannot do nothing without each other. That's a fact. Until you unite with me, I unite with you, nothing is going to change. You're going to sit back like a little baby and whimper. Oh, you have to, oh, you got to be an African. Oh, cry like you're too damn old for that. That's why I have a problem with black men. You always talk about how emotional women get. I've never been around men like I've met on YouTube. A bunch of crybabies. Oh, you don't believe you are African? Oh, you filled with self-hatred. Oh, cried like a damn bee. I'm not no damn slave. Ain't no Peckerwood, ain't nobody gonna call me no damn slave. I don't act like no damn slave. I reject the story. I reject the narrative. You cannot force me to accept stuff that I feel has problems in it. I'm not looking for a slave massa. I don't want you. I'm not going to jump from the Peckerwood as a slave massa to a nigger slave massa. You got me wrong. You got me wrong. I don't want a slave massa. I don't even want God. I'm not serving God. So what make you think I want you as a slave master? It's not going to happen. I would rather be dead. I'm not serving nobody. Nobody. I'd rather be dead. I'm not serving God or alien or you or nobody. I'm not doing that. I have my own mind. You're not going to force your garbage on me. That's why a lot of these religions are in effect right now. They was forced on people. Islam was forced on people. Christianity was forced on people. These religions was forced on people, and then they was handed down from generation to generation. They are not of love. They are not of peace. These religions was forced on people by violence, by murder, by death. I'm not embracing that. And you want to do the same thing to me with this African story. If you had the power, you would force this crap on me. You ain't no better than the Peckerwood. This man is still in the chat room writing garbage to try to justify what he believes. That's what you believe, sir. I don't care nothing about that. That's what you believe. Believe what you want. I'm asking you the question. Do you hate me because I reject what you believe? Or are you on my side to fight this Peckerwood? Otherwise, you my damn enemy. You my damn enemy. And I will treat you just like I do the Peckerwood. Get off my damn board. That's the bottom line. You are an enemy to all dark-skinned people, as far as I'm concerned. Get off my board. If you're not with us in this campaign to control a state of Mississippi, you're my enemy. Go away. I don't want nothing to do with you. Because just like Brother Maurice said, it's the only game in town. Do you want to change this condition? I don't care about this stuff. I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm not going to talk about it no more. Are you my friend or are you an enemy? That's all I want to know. You can believe what you want to. Don't try to force that stuff on me. Do you want to be liberated or are you the one that really want to be a damn slave? That's my thing. Do you want to be liberated? What is more important? Debating, going back and forth, is you an African, is you a native, or your liberation? Our isolation from an enemy. That's what's more important to me. Now, after you secure your liberation, after you secure your true freedom, y'all can argue and debate that all you want to. Chances are I won't be even involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find me a sister and settle down. I ain't got time for it. Let y'all scholars, y'all argue and debate over that stuff. I just want to be free. I'm going to say that because that's my opinion. That's the way I look at it. I'm not going to call us no African. I don't believe that. We are, far as I'm concerned, we are soul brothers and sisters. It's a name that we created, and we create the narrative. I don't have to copy nobody else. I don't want somebody else hand me down. I have a brain. I do my thinking for myself. I don't need somebody else hand me down. I'm a soul brother. I don't know about your native stuff. We was created here due to chattel slavery. Do you listen? Do you hear? No, you don't. Just like those people who believe in Jesus, they don't keep believing in Jesus. Those people who believe in these gods, whatever, they're not interested in common sense. They're not interested in things that make sense or reason or logic. That's what this ministry represents. I'm not asking you to believe nothing. I'm asking you to use common sense. I don't have a bunch of books behind me. I'm not going to tell you about DVDs and tapes and the teachings and the scholarship. I'm asking you to use common sense because you already know a certain amount of stuff. But you don't question it. You just take it on face value and you build on it. You build on it because you think that it's right, that it's some type of absolute. And you get angry when people show you that ain't quite right. It's not quite right. Your evidence and your documentation, whatever you present, is flawed because it still do not go outside the realm of common sense. It still don't make what you're talking about make sense. Your documentation, it makes you feel good because in Christianity they show different things that prove Jesus this and then whatever, Noah's Ark. But when it's all said and done, it's still based on belief. Either you believe it or you don't. I choose and I will not believe it. I don't have nothing to do with that. I just want to know, are you my enemy or my friend? Because if you're my enemy, get the hell off my board with that nonsense because I don't want to talk about it no damn more. And we need to get to work to change our condition once and for all. I don't want to talk about the bull crap no more. Don't mean nothing to me. A brother and sister probably been shot in the damn head by some cracker as I speak right now. And you want to talk about and run and keep talking about, is you an African? Is you a Native American? Who gives a damn? The brother and the sister in the street, regardless of what they was, they dead now. I'm gonna respond to Brother Maurice, and I got to get out of here. Brother Maurice said, big brother, just clarify the statement about you are not loyal to any train of thought because the enemy will make mischief with that statement. You can be with separation today, then integration tomorrow. Oh, well, let me clarify, Brother Maurice. When I mean train of thought, it just simply means I understand that what we view as truth, because I view the same thing this brother is loyal to. I thought the same way a long time ago. But I've changed my mind because upon examination, something here don't make no sense to me. So that's what I mean by the train of thought. My train of thought of separation has always been there. It ain't changing. Now that's not going to change, period. Because that's the solution. Even the religious teachings tell us that's the solution. It's separation. We know integration is a failure. Also, if you are a man, you should want to be separated from another man so that you can prove to your woman and your children that you can stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need another man. As a man, we sitting around here, running around here on these cracker jobs, drinking water that this cracker put in our house with all this damn fluoride, eating his damn poison ass fruits and vegetables and pork and beef or whatever the hell it is. How can you call yourself a man depending upon another damn man? You should want to be separated just on that, on the basis of that. I want my woman and my children to look up to me as the real head of household. So when you say you want to be the head of household, you prove it. And your woman will say, yes, brother. There's going to be no argument. There's going to be no argument over the situation. I don't care if she have 5 children and she been the man of the household for years. When you do that, the only thing she's going to do is step back. Yes, brother. That's all she can do. Because her nature is just get the hell out the way when her man come home. When her man come home, she knows to step back to the side. That's not her damn job. I'm here, baby. I'm taking over. I'm the head of household. I'm straightening this house up and I'm kicking this peckerwood out of our house too. Until you do that, she can't respect us. But I can guarantee you, you take control of this city, you take control of this entire state. So, brothers, the woman will look at us in a whole different way. I can guarantee you that. Even other men will look at you a whole different way. They have no choice. They have no choice. But with that said, I really went over time, but I'm gonna get where I need to go. It's worth the sacrifice. And again, to make something perfectly clear, like I said, I don't want to keep talking about this. We have a city and a state to take control. This is not helping us. This causes division and hatred and dislike and things of this nature. I'm not into that. You want to debate and argue? Let's take control of this city. Let's build a nation. I don't give, you can call it Africa, baby Africa if you want. I don't care. I just want to be free. Understand? That's all I care about. I want my woman free. I want our children free. We deserve it after 500 years. We deserve true freedom. And I'm willing to do that by any means necessary. And you should too. We need to step up to the damn plate, stop playing these damn games, and get to work for real. Whatever you can do to get this project to going, we need to get it to rolling. We need to do this, man. It's the only game in town, and it's the only real solution for us. If you understand that, then we can be friends. This other stuff, I don't have time for it. I really don't. Because nothing I can say is gonna change your mind. Nothing you can say can change my mind. However, if we have the same mind that we got a peck of wood that needs to stop pecking on us, and we can join together and singe his damn feathers once and for all, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So with that said, y'all, I'm not gonna see you in probably about a week or so. I'm busy. The peckerwood got me, y'all. Peckerwood got me. So maybe I might be able to do something by my phone, you know, but really it's gonna be a busy week. That's why I wanted to talk to us. And this was something that was grinding my gears, Brother Craig. I had to get it off my chest, knock the dirt off my shoulder. And yeah, so thank you, brothers, man, for coming to the chat, coming to the video, because I really expected to be by myself for real. And let me check my Facebook.
You okay, brother?
Yeah, my Facebook, they still doing their thing. Brother Charles still hanging. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, I'm cool now. I'm cool.
Good discussion.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get out of here.
Okay.
Thank you, Brother Craig, for being here with me. Brother Guy, of course, my partner in crime, Brother Maurice. Brother Maurice, from my way from Atlanta, I was gonna stop by and see you. I just didn't have the time. But you're not that far from me. We will meet in person sooner or later. So I got to come your way. And some of your other brothers, if I come your way, I will be hitting you up. And you know, we need to talk and meet each other. We are soldiers in this struggle. We need to know one another. I'm telling you, I'm serious as a heart attack. This is not a joke to me. It's not a joke. Serious as a heart attack. I don't have time. We need to get this peckerwood, this cracker devil, whatever the hell you want to call him. I'm sick of him. He needs to get off my back. With that said, to all the listeners, those who will listen to the video after the broadcast, and to those on Facebook, and of course on YouTube, to all those who listen, I thank you so much for your support, for being a listener, and please support our efforts. You know, stop just listening to people. We got to take an active role. Find something to do. Find something that you can do that can help us pull this off. This project is tremendous. It's magnanimous. I can't do it by myself. And Brother Maurice, we just can't do it by ourselves. We need your help, you know. And right now, we're not even asking for money. Just promote it. Let's get the people to talking about what needs to be done this time and what must be done. With that said, I'm Audie 5000. Thank you, Brother Craig, again for being here with me. And all those who are listening under the sound of my voice, as Dr. Cornelius always say, as in parting, I wish us love, peace, and soul. And I'm